Hello there, my name is Dr. Feroz Fayaz and I'm a functional medicine practitioner and doctor for nearly 25 years. I'm doing a little short series on knowing your numbers. It struck me that we often talk about health and wellness, but we don't have an objective measure. And in my last video, I explained the numbers that I look at when I'm talking to my patients and my clients about their health. Now, the first figure that I mentioned was blood pressure. Blood pressure is created by your heart and the blood vessels in your body, and there is a narrow parameter that we regard as healthy as doctors. So if the blood pressure is too high, it means that you are at an increased risk for strokes, heart attacks, and if it's too low, you feel dizzy and you tend to fall over. So what we like the blood pressure to be is less than 140/80 on average. The lower figure tends to have a little bit more of a leeway. So if somebody's got a blood pressure of about 100/60, as long as they're not feeling unwell, I'd probably leave that alone. It's only when they're finding that they're getting symptoms that we'd look into it further. But what I want to explain is what these numbers represent. So there's always two numbers when you get this reading. You'll have a higher number, which is the systolic blood pressure, and then you'll have a lower number, which is the diastolic blood pressure. The systolic blood pressure is the blood pressure that's generated when the heart is contracting. So it's giving the blood a push through the blood vessels. So obviously that's going to be higher because there's going to be more pressure in the system. And then the diastolic pressure, the lower one, the lower figure, will be when the heart is relaxed. So, as I said, generally speaking, on average, we want the blood pressure to be less than 140/80. Now, the reason I say on average is because the blood pressure necessarily varies depending on what you're doing, whether you're at rest, you're asleep, you're exercising, you're stressed. But this is the first figure that you should really have a handle on in your head. So if you enjoy this video, please subscribe and find me on Facebook and join me for the next video, which will be on the next parameter. See you then.